Hello EV enthusiasts! Today we're diving into a controversial statement made by Jeep and Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares. He's shaking up the EV world with a startling prediction, suggesting that electric vehicles are poised to impact the middle class adversely. Tavares argues that the dream of affordable electric cars for middle-income households might be a far-off reality. He questions the feasibility of a complete shift to electric vehicles and criticizes the idea of banning combustion-engine cars. However, the big question remains, could Tavares' concerns hold weight, or is there more to this electrifying debate? Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares, a titan leading a conglomerate of 12 automotive giants including the likes of Ram, Chrysler, and Dodge, statement continues to send chills down the spine of every electric car enthusiast. At Stellantis' inaugural Freedom of Mobility Forum, Tavares unleashed a jaw-dropping truth that challenges the very core of the electric vehicle narrative. He unveiled a dark and unsettling reality. The EV fairy tale might be teetering on the brink of an abyss, threatened by an evil villain known as resource scarcity. With over 1.3 billion internal combustion engine cars suffocating our planet, Tavares warns that transitioning to EVs isn't just a colossal task. It might be an impossible feat. Let's talk about lithium. Sure, we know we need it, but do we even have enough? The reality is daunting. Tavares has raised a crucial point. Why are the world's governments pushing for a complete ban on combustion engines when the resources necessary for this grand transition might not be as abundant as we wish? The challenge isn't just about having the resources, but extracting them, a bureaucratic and logistical labyrinth entangled in red tape and geopolitical tensions. Even if we have the resources, the process of setting up a new mine for extraction could take up to a decade, creating a bottleneck in the supply chain. Stellantis isn't taking this lightly. With a colossal investment of over $35.5 billion in plug-in models until 2025 and a strategic partnership with Samsung for their made-in-EV battery factory,
Stellantis NV. The joint venture will build an electric vehicle battery plant in the city of Kokomo, Indiana.
They're gearing up for an electrifying future. However, their ambitions pivot on a chilling assumption: the availability of sufficient raw materials. Elon Musk and Rivian's RJ Scaringe have echoed these concerns, highlighting the impending scarcity of critical materials like nickel, graphite, and cobalt. The challenges ahead might not just jeopardize the EV industry's growth, but could potentially stall the entire electric revolution. The Stellantis CEO further added his opinion on the proposed combustion engine ban in the European Union. Tavares posits a daunting possibility. Such a ban might actually lead to an increase, not a decrease, in greenhouse gas emissions. How? Well, it all circles back to our limited lithium resources and the responsible allocation of these crucial materials. Germany, taking note of these concerns, recently voted against the combustion ban, emphasizing the necessity of allowances for future green fuels. The crucial argument here is that a blanket ban might not be the ultimate solution if it leads to the exponential rise in prices of electric vehicles, which are already 40% pricier than their internal combustion engine counterparts. Mercedes-Benz CEO echoes these apprehensions, foreseeing an even steeper price surge if EV production scales up without a fortified supply chain. So what's the solution? Tavares proposes a compelling alternative, mandating that every new vehicle comes equipped with at least 30 to 50 miles of zero-emission range. This suggestion, he argues, could be a more cost-effective and efficient option, especially considering that the vast majority of drives are under 30 miles. Known for his straightforward manner, Tavares didn't hold back, declaring that we're not quite there yet on range. He boldly addresses the infamous range anxiety, stating that for EVs to alleviate these concerns truly, they need to hit the mark of traveling 400 miles on a single charge. But Tavares doesn't just stop there. He's about to reveal another game-changing revelation that might deeply impact the middle class. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares also spoke about the sky-high production costs of electric vehicles. Tavares unveiled a shocking reality. Electric vehicle production expenses soar a staggering 40% higher compared to their internal combustion engine counterparts. But what's even more alarming is his subsequent confession: passing on these costs to consumers isn't an option. Why? Because that move could potentially slash the customer base by half. In essence, Tavares is casting doubt on the dream of affordable electric vehicles for the average consumer. He paints a grim picture, likening it to a ticking time bomb, threatening to shatter the aspirations of the middle class. But wait, there's more. Tavares didn't stop at the financial burden. He shed light on the weight issue with EVs, adding an extra layer of complexity to the situation. Achieving a reasonable 400 miles of range could add a whopping 1,000 pounds of weight compared to a similar internal combustion vehicle. According to Tavares, this weight gain isn't sustainable in the long run. While acknowledging that regulations seemingly dictate go electric or face extinction, Tavares proposed an alternative path. He introduced a potentially rapid 50% reduction in carbon dioxide emissions by replacing cars that are 15 years or older with modern equivalents, possibly incorporating mild hybrid technology. This, he argues, could offer a more practical and affordable solution without solely relying on the full-scale adoption of electric vehicles. Stellantis' CEO has stepped into the spotlight as a fervent critic of what he perceives as the politicization of climate change policies. Carlos Tavares has sounded a warning, cautioning against using these policies as tools to rebuild global trade competitiveness. With mammoth subsidies from countries like the United States and China to promote clean technologies and electric vehicles, Tavares raises a pivotal question. Are we on the brink of a global trade war masquerading under the banner of combating climate change? This isn't mere speculation, it's a red flag waving ominously, potentially signaling the collapse of the electric vehicle dream, an idea that's been marketed as the solution to our environmental challenges. Tavares' skepticism isn't unwarranted. Other automotive giants like General Motors, Ford, Hyundai, and Rivian are grappling with the inflated prices of battery materials. New EV tax credit stipulations demanding batteries to be manufactured in North America or countries aligned with the United States have further complicated the landscape for many automakers. It's almost as if the industry stands on an unsteady foundation, one constructed upon policies that seem more divisive than unifying, more destructive than constructive. The warnings don't end there. Tavares has consistently emphasized that if automakers can't absorb the additional production costs, the middle class will be edged out of the EV market. According to him, the affordable price sweet spot for electric vehicles lies around the $25,000 mark. The success of EV adoption, he insists, heavily relies on the presence of subsidies, a lifeline that seems increasingly uncertain. In our current landscape, making electric vehicles EVs more affordable is essential. However, envisioning a future where these cost reductions are rolled back begs a pivotal question. What's in store for the middle class? It's not merely about being priced out of new cars, but the potential scenario of losing access to personal mobility altogether. Despite Stellantis maintaining the least aggressive electrification strategy among the Detroit Three, their positioning is delicate. Even their flagship electric pickup, the Ram 1500 EV, is projected to include a gasoline-fueled range extender, revealing their struggles in fully embracing electrification. While the average cost of EV batteries has plummeted by 80%, the baseline prices for EVs have consistently remained high. Take Jeep, a brand synonymous with rugged off-road vehicles, which these market dynamics have impacted. Despite efforts in electrification with models like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee 4xe plug-in hybrids, Jeep faces sales declines and a diminishing brand image. The stark increase in vehicle pricing, deliberate strategic decisions to position Jeep as a luxury brand, and hefty markups imposed by dealers have all contributed to alienating their once accessible and appealing middle-class consumer base. This luxury-oriented strategy appears counterproductive for Jeep, particularly amid quality control issues and recalls, denting the brand's reputation. What's evident is the challenge of aligning luxury branding with a target consumer base while still maintaining accessibility and reliability. The problematic point is this: despite strides in reducing battery costs, a persistent high pricing structure coupled with brand positioning decisions could potentially sideline the middle class from the EV revolution. The struggle persists in making EVs not only affordable but also inclusive for all consumers, especially those in the middle class bracket. These dilemmas paint a complex picture of the EV landscape, requiring a delicate balance between luxury positioning and accessibility without compromising reliability and consumer trust. Furthermore, the proliferation of luxury and performance features as standard in EVs significantly contributes to their elevated costs. Take, for instance, the electric Ford F-150 Lightning, which starts around $56,000, a notable jump compared to its gas-powered counterpart. This trend isn't confined to new players like Tesla or Rivian. Even major automakers are pricing their EV models at a premium, posing a challenge for middle-class consumers contemplating the shift to electric vehicles. It's high time for brands to truly comprehend what consumers seek and cease pricing their vehicles with an array of impractical features that see little to no use. As we grapple with these revelations, a series of haunting questions loom large. Suppose the production cost of EVs remains substantially higher by 40% than internal combustion vehicles, and passing these costs to consumers risks losing a significant portion of the customer base. What does the future of electric vehicles really hold? Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We recently released an intriguing video on an upcoming flying EV, so make sure to catch that on our channel. What do you think about the opinion of Stellantis CEO on EVs getting more expensive for the middle class? Share your thoughts in the comments section.